What's up, Steve? Not even funny, mate. How are you doing, everybody? It's Kev Ashford back in the saddle for another Van Cam on the biggest Man United fan channel in the land. This is the United Stand. Hope everybody is having a good Christmas so far. I certainly am, and especially on the back of a win on Boxing Day against Aston Villa. We never do it the easy way, do we? I mean, bloody hell almighty, at 2-0, only a quick look on the old Twitter, or what's it called, X or whatever, suggests that time was up for Ten Hag. You know, there was fans booing this team off the pitch, but this is the thing with this team. It is so unpredictable, and there's been moments that this season when you look and you think the players have down tools. At half-time, during the Villa game, you did look and you think, this is absolutely pathetic. Now, in the game, the Van Cam before the lead up to that game, I mentioned about the midfield being the key battle, the key area of the pitch where football games, they can be won and lost. Now, when you've got a player like Christian Eriksen who walked back in, the blend was absolutely brilliant. You've got a player there who's experienced. He can dictate a game. Once he gets on the ball, he can slow it down, he can speed it up. And, you know, Villa really struggled to get to grips with Eriksen. Obviously, the second half, you've got the likes of Garnacho stepping up. And then the goal from Rasmus Hojlund. Finally, that Australian lookalike can just shut up. That's what he can do. Because Rasmus Hojlund gets his first Premier League goal. And that really is vital. It's vital for Manchester United, but equally as vital, it's for Rasmus Hojlund himself. Because the longer this, you know, this barren spell of not getting a Premier League goal would have gone on, the more it's in your mind. You know, it's mind over matter. Now, the fact he's got that goal, it was the winning goal as well, will give Rasmus so much confidence. And Manchester United, these players must know that Rasmus Hojlund is making the moves. He's running the channels. He's putting in the legwork. That's why, you know, it's never been in doubt that Rasmus Hojlund should not be starting for Manchester United. You look at the conversion rate of, you know, the chances. They're non-existent, what Man United are creating for Rasmus Hojlund. Even the goal that he scored, that was just, he was like a predator in the box. That's what he was. And that is what he's all about. It is pace, it's power, and it'll be scoring goals like that. It's being in the right area at the right time. You can't teach that kind of thing. It's pure instinct. But it's fantastic for Hojlund to get off the mark. As I said earlier, the midfield battle, it's about getting that right. You know, when we've looked at previous games, and one of my criticisms of Ten Hag has been, why has he changed the midfield when he changed it after the Anfield game? It worked. It really did. And I understand that Bruno comes back into the team. He will play as the number 10, but you have to get the blend right. And there's been big news at Manchester United following Erik Ten Hag's press conference. He started to mention the names that we know will be first team players. The likes of Casemiro will be back in that team, I think, with Kobe Mainoo as the two. Bruno a bit further forward. You've got Eriksen. You're starting to get options. And although Manchester United fans won't want to hear that injuries have played a part this season, it sure has. And when you've got the likes of Malacia, who will be coming back as well, Lisandro Martinez has been a huge loss. I think Erik Ten Hag's had to play, he's played 9 different centre-back pairings, which is ridiculous. But again, you can't take anything. I hear so many people carrying on about Johnny Evans. You know, what is he doing at this club? And, you know, this is typical of Manchester United, but he defends well. He doesn't overcomplicate things. And there was a moment in that Aston Villa game where he gets that block. I think that was at 2-2, was it? That could have been Villa going 3-2 up. And it's just, again, he's just a player that knows where to be on the pitch. And yes, he's not quick. He's not got pace, but he'll do, you know, the easy things, and he'll do it simple, and it's effective. So we get a lot of confidence going into 2024 now, because we're getting these players back. Lisandro Martinez will be huge. Getting Casemiro back as well. You're starting to see the spine of the team completely change, and for the better, because we need a backbone. So many times this season, we have just been weak as anything. And once we start to get these players back, we can really, really kick on. And who knows what we could do this season. I'm certainly not going to sit here and say we're a title charge or second half of the season, but we don't have the distraction now of the Champions League. So we can kind of, it's not a free hit by any means. We want to be finishing in the top 4. And I mentioned in my previous fan cam about Erik Ten Hag, you know, overachieving last season. That's exactly what he did. But that top 4 space, you know, it's up for grabs. You know, Liverpool sit at the top. Manchester City, well, they're capable of going on a winning streak of 10 games or whatever. Arsenal are having a bit of a wobble. Tottenham are having a wobble. Even Aston Villa find themselves up there, but we managed to beat them. But the main thing from this season for me has been when we've done hard work, like we get the result against Anfield, against Liverpool. We managed to take away a point which nobody would have seen coming. I thought we were going to get beat in that game. Call me defeatist, whatever, but I just seen nothing to bring any kind of hope into that game. And then we follow it up with a no-show against West Ham. And one thing that sums up Manchester United this season, it's one step forward, 2 steps back. And that's the worry with this team, because they will continue to disappoint. But I think if Ten Hag can get this midfield spot on, it gives us so much more of a chance. And Nottingham Forest away, it won't be an easy game. Won't be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. You've got our old lad, Elanga. He'll be out to prove a point. You know, he'll be putting in a 10 out of 10 performance in this game for effort and everything, because he will want to prove to Manchester United that you were wrong to let me go. And that's another debate. Some people say, you know, Elanga's his statistics and that, he's putting in more than what Anthony is, which is a fair point. Maybe even Garnacho to an extent. But for some reason, it did not work out at Manchester United. And sometimes players like that, they go to a different team like that. I say a lesser team, you know, Nottingham Forest, yeah, they've won, you know, the European Cup years ago, but they will... He's what is it, a big fish in a small pond kind of thing? I think that's fair enough to say that some of these players don't make it at Manchester United, and Nottingham Forest have a style. You know what you will get with them, whereas at Manchester United at the minute, you wouldn't know what you're going to get. You know, it literally is a box of chocolates. You just dip it in there and you do not know whether, you know, United could win 3-0, they might get beat 3-0. There is no happy medium. It's usually, you know, a beating or Manchester United win. There's no draws, apart from Liverpool. But that says more about Liverpool, doesn't it, really? Because if they can't beat us, then what does that say about them? Never mind us. It's all about the push for top 4 this season now. We start to get players back, which is exciting. And I'm looking forward to the Nottingham Forest game. It's a part of me, because this team will continue to let you down. Yeah, of course there's part of me that is worried. You know, it is at Forest. And Manchester United cannot continue to be this 45-minute half of football team. You know, because better teams will absolutely punish you. We'll be dead and buried by half-time, which is what a lot of people probably thought at Old Trafford against Aston Villa. But we did the business. We went out there in that second half. And if you needed any evidence that the players are playing for Ten Hag, then that was it for me. Because they've gone out there, they've put in a performance. And people keep saying, we need to change the manager. No, because you change the manager, ultimately, you inherit the same issues at Man United. And this will continue to go on. But we go there with the confidence. The major thing that I wanted to touch on is Rasmus Hojlund, because this is pretty much a game changer now. You know, that he laid that ghost to rest. The more it would have gone on with him not scoring a goal, the more of an issue it becomes. And what a great game to go into. Nottingham Forest away, the Red Army will be there cheering on. And we go there with confidence, because if we'd have got beat against Villa, it would have been a shocking Christmas, especially on the back of getting defeated by West Ham as well, which a lot of people will probably say that they didn't see coming. It's all about this final push. And I'm certainly not going to mention title charge, but we go into this game with confidence. Rasmus, the main man, hopefully can bag another goal. I'm confident. I really am. I know I'm setting myself up, and there'll be loads of people jumping in the comments after if we get beat saying, this aged well. Yeah, well, we'll see. We will see, won't we? enjoy your Boxing Day, and hopefully I'll be back with another van cam. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who commented on the last one, and make sure as always you finger that like button. Right, I'm off. Have a top one. And for United, come on United! Oh, yeah!